Let us fall asleep, performatively, philosophically falling asleep. Sleeping in the ocean, sleeping hidden. The not perceivable exists in a performance mode of sleeping, in a special mode that cannot be grasped by our conscious mind and therefore demands a wider and even more consciously unreflective attention. In falling asleep, the distinctions between pleasure and pain, inside and outside, I and world dissolve. The subject falls into an undifferentiatedness in which it can no longer say itself as an I, just as little as one can say that one is dead. Falling asleep can be read as such a surface event. It is not a sinking into some depth of the unconscious, not a diving into a hidden ground, but a loss of occupation, a place without occupier or an occupier without place. Attention, intentionality and personal identity do not simply dissolve but glide out of their fixations. Falling asleep is thus not the negation of consciousness but a shift of its coordinates.
Seht ihr den Mond dort stehen? Er ist nur halb zu sehen und ist doch rund und schön. So sind wohl manche Sachen, die wir getrost belachen, weil unsere Augen sie nicht sehen.
From afar, a soft drumming. Something like steadiness begins to gather. Heavy hooves under which the ground gives way and reveals the sound of the stones. Feet that strike, in the focus of attention, circle around you, close you in, define you. Your gaze follows their sound beyond the horizon, along whose sharp edge they gallop. But how many are they? How many legs do they carry? 4, 6, 7, 8 roaring sticks, in whose pulse you seem to find pleasure. In the rhythm of their choreography, the focus of the surface shifts. Whoever follows here leaves the dominance of the material, the heaviness of things, the structure of a system, the determinacy of consequence. Your gaze, drawn by the vortex of thundering hooves, slips away.
Only where a mental representation detaches itself from the bodily shared performative image does spirit enter into itself. Meaning opens its own space, the sphere of the imaginary. But where mental representation arises, there must already have been performative representation. Only via the tremendous detour of the performative is the mental possible. Early humanity lives in hallucinatory image production procedures. The dream is their residue, the submerged hallucination that has sunk into the mental underground of waking consciousness. Everything hallucinatory that does not become waking image is banished from wakefulness into a non-waking yet still mental state beneath waking consciousness. Every waking contouring of mental forms is a drawing of borders against this underground.
It is, as Michel Foucault formulates in his introduction, not actually about dream and existence, but about existence as it appears in dreaming and as it can be deciphered in the dream. Existence in that mode of being of dreaming in which it manifests itself as meaningful.
With Karen Barad, the scene shifts once again radically, almost like in a hypnagogic moment, in which the contours of the figures blur and another depth layer becomes visible. Her posthumanist performativity begins where the notion of a pre-given
The dream
consciousness,
thus becomes a
whether
mode of
individual,
appearance of
collective,
existence
cosmic,
on the
or
surface of
earthly,
imagination.